Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. This is Marilyn Shannon, and this is the Breaking Free Show, and I'm very happy to have you here today. You know, we have all kinds of shows on, and some of them are very serious, some of them are just fun, some of them are inspirational. We just cover the gamut because that's what life's about, right? And every time we cover the gamut, we get a little closer to our personal freedoms. And today's show is going to be one of those shows that is personal freedom for me. I'm really excited about having our guest on today. We've been wanting to have him on for quite some time, and I'm delighted to share him with all of you. And I thank you for being here. I know your time is very precious, so thanks for being here. And first, I want to introduce Amnon.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How's your week?
The week so far been great. Everything is just going like it's supposed to. Knock on wood.
Perfect. Well, no snow, nice weather, right?
Yes.
So it's all good.
We deserve that.
We deserve good weather. So today, just sit back and relax because it's going to be just a beautiful show. And I want to welcome all of you anytime you like to call in. You can call in to 919-518-9773 if you are within a phone's reach. Or feel free to Skype in with us on computers, that's plural, 2, that's the number 2, K, voice. So I'm going to read a little quote today to just start us going, and I think it's really fitting for our guest today. I was born with music inside me. Music was one of my parts. Like my ribs, my kidneys, my liver, my heart. Like my blood, it was a force already within me when I arrived on the scene. It was a necessity for me like food or water. Ray Charles. So I have to say, several months ago, Chris, who works with us, was kind of surfing around on YouTube and came across this young gentleman. And she immediately contacted me and she said, you got to listen to this guy. I can't stop listening to him. All day long I'm listening. And she said, I can't do anything else but listen to him. And I said, okay. I mean, I didn't believe her. So I just turned it on and I thought, oh my God, I cannot stop listening to him. Now I have to tell you all, I'm even singing his songs in my sleep. That's a terrible thing. Anyway, so we tried to get him on and he's been really busy. And then we found out he was going to be here in Raleigh. And Chris and I both went, and my husband went to hear him. And the place was packed. And it was just so exciting. He has just a magnificent presence and a magnificent voice and soulful. And he's 20 years old. So let me introduce to you right now my guest, Noah Guthrie. Noah, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. So,
well, I'm very happy to be on the show.
Well, you are from South Carolina, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're traveling all over the country.
Yeah, it's been pretty insane. The last, probably 5 months, I've been traveling all over the country and on a tour of basically playing at all these college campuses. And I think now that it's finally winding down, I've been to over 90 colleges at least in the last year, and it's been insane.
Yeah, you has this been like your biggest year yet to travel?
Absolutely, yeah. Probably a year or two ago, I was still traveling a good bit, but it was mainly like, okay, you're gonna fly here for 3 days and do 2 shows and come back home for a week, and it was little fly out dates like that. And then this past year has been more along the lines of, you're going out for 3 weeks and you come home for a day, and then you go back out for 2 weeks, and then you come home for 12 hours. So it's been very different, but it's been fun. It's been very fun.
So what's made the difference?
Honestly, just I put out this album, and I have popularity on YouTube, and I did a certain cover, and I guess really what made the difference from last year to this, or the previous year to this past year, was just that I got a little more recognition from these videos, and more people wanted to book me, and I actually did this showcase out in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's called NACA, and it's basically where all these colleges come and look at talent to book at their college for that year. So I went there and had a 15-minute showcase, and we basically said to ourselves, if we get 15, 20 bookings out of this, then it's successful. That's what we want. And we ended up getting like 85 to 90 bookings out of it, and it's it was
Wow.
way more than we expected, and it's a wonderful problem to have. But it's been very hectic. There's been some weeks on the road where we just weren't exactly sure how we were going to make the travel work, but we made it work.
So I want to talk to you about YouTube for a second, but just in with the showcase, what was the difference? What made the difference from going from 15 to 20 maybe to 80? What was different about you?
Well, I guess you'd have to ask them that, but I don't know. I do this cover of "Sexy and I Know It" by LMFAO, and at the time it was kind of and still is very popular, but it was blowing up at that point, and it was still in the growing stages. And I think I just had so much popularity from that cover, and it's it's a very different arrangement of the cover. It's extremely different from what the original is, and it's a little more soulful. So I think it just attracted attention, and I don't know. I guess they liked my voice a good bit, and I don't know. That day I didn't. When I had on the day of the showcase, I didn't really think I had that great of a performance. But whatever. I guess you're your own worst critic.
Well, you are, and I think sometimes those are the times we shine the most. Sometimes when we don't
I
think
agree.
we're the best. Yeah, really. And so it's interesting because you built your career from using YouTube. Is that correct?
Pretty much, yeah. About 3 years ago, and I'm giving lots of long details. There's shorter stories of this, but
That's okay. We want to hear all about you.
well, basically everything started for me on YouTube, and through one video in particular, about three and a half ish years ago, and I basically had just been, kind of. I had learned guitar already, but I was just now writing, and I was just now kind of working on these covers and stuff just to play around. And I ended up doing a cover of one of my favorite songs by U2, Where the Streets Have No Name. And basically I just kind of, I took it and reworked it a little bit. It's kind of an up-driving song, and I took it and lowered the tempo a little bit and just kind of brought out the lyrics and made it more of a ballad. And ended up putting it on YouTube just because I had no focus with it or anything like that. It was just to put it up there for the heck of it. And the next 2 days went by, and me and my father got the most random call in my entire life, still to this day, from the Ellen DeGeneres show. And which is really weird, just because you don't think about a major talk show just calling you on the phone. So they, some producers from their show called, and they were looking for new content to put on their website, and they were kind of researching the internet and found my video, and just said that they really liked it and that they wanted to put it on the website. And it was in this competition thing with like 3 other YouTube artists, which at the time I didn't know was a thing. I didn't know you could be like a YouTube artist. But anyway, it was in this competition and came in first, and just got me lots of exposure, and stuff I wasn't ready for really. And some of that exposure led to Selena Gomez seeing it, and then once Selena Gomez saw it, she passed it on to her parents, who manage her. And now, I guess just to bring it to a close a little bit, I've been managed by her parents at LH7 Management for 3-ish years now. And once I signed with them for management, they basically said, I think we should really tackle YouTube head on. And it's because at that point we were kind of seeing, this is kind of the future for young singer-songwriters like myself, or young musicians and artists who want to create. This is the future of, how to get their stuff to all over the world from their bedroom. And so, we decided to I should do these covers and try and do one every week, and try and like take some popular stuff and mixed with, some stuff that I just like, and, just make it real and make it fun. And that's what I've been doing ever since. And now, while I was doing that, I was always writing my own music. Writing is kind of my passion. And so while I'm doing all these covers for the past couple of years, I'm also writing music and building a repertoire and just saving for my first album. And then last August is when the first album finally came out. So, I had probably 40 or 50 songs written and had to choose like 13 for the first album. So that was quite a process. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say YouTube has started everything. It keeps it going, and it's a really good platform just for musicians now and artists and creators of all types, really.
Well, you have to be very disciplined to do what you're doing, because even though anybody can do it, I mean, you are very disciplined. I mean, I have to say, he showed up on time for everything that, everything.
Well,
And
I don't know about disciplined. Basically, I think really is I just have, parents who always taught me to be on time, or I got yelled at. So no, I definitely get lazy.
Well, go ahead and play something for us, so to give everybody a little,
Okay.
What do you want to play?
Well, I could play an original, or I could play a cover first.
Well, you're going to play both, so pick one. You want to play it? What do you want to play now? Like a cover, and then we'll play an original?
Yeah, why don't I just do, why don't I do Sexy I Know It? I can do
All
that.
right, perfect.
And we'll go from there. Just do this.
When I walk on by, girls be looking like always fly. I pimp to the beat, walking on the street in my new little freak eye. This is how I roll, animal print pants out of control. It's a red fool with a big afro, and just like Bruce Lee, I got the claw. Oh, girl, look at that body. Oh, girl, look at that body. Oh, girl, look at that body. I work out. So when I walk on the spot, this is what I see. Everybody staring at me. I got a passion in my pants, and I ain't afraid to show it. Ooh, I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah, I'm sexy and I know it. When I'm at the mall, security just can't fight them off. And when I'm at the beach, I'm in a Speedo trying to tan my cheeks, yeah. This is how I roll. Come on, ladies, it's time to go. We're headed to the bar, baby, don't be nervous. No shoes, no shirt, I still get service. Oh, girl, look at that body. Oh, girl, look at that body. Oh, girl, look at that body. I work out. So when I walk on the spot, this is what I see. Everybody staring at me. I got a passion in my pants. I ain't afraid to show it. Yeah, I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. Ooh, I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah, I'm sexy and I know it. So wiggle, 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 yeah. Oh, wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. I'm sexy and I know it. Ooh, I'm sexy and I know it. Ooh, I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah, I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know. Thank you. Yes.
I'm clapping for everybody because I know everybody out there is just you can't help but love Noah. And when they on YouTube he's Only1Noah. You can't help but love this I want to say kid. I'm sorry, but this man you cannot help but love him. I mean his tone, there's such soulfulness, there's such heart in what he sings. I mean, he's so human. You can help. I mean, you're just going to follow this kid forever. I know. I mean, it's just fabulous. You're wonderful. And I want to, if anybody wants to call in, you're welcome to 919-518-9773 or Skype in with us at computers 2, that's the number 2, K voice. So, Noah, when did you realize that you were this talented or talented? When did you know?
Man, that's such a weird question.
I know, and I'm weird. I'm a weird person, but I have to ask.
When did I realize that?
Yeah, when did you realize you had it? You had what it took.
No, I've been in a musical family my entire life, and my dad and my stepmom are studio singers, and then still sing a lot. And my brother's a drummer and a recording engineer, and my mom just loves music and always had it on all the time, and. So it was kind of bound to happen at some point, and there was a time when I was younger that I wanted to be a magician, and realized that once I got into high school that wasn't going to attract girls, so I decided to pick up a guitar and start singing and stuff just because I had sang in the shower and all that stuff. And eventually, I ended up somehow singing at church and just sang this blues funk kind of song thing, and it was really, really fun. And it was just, I don't know, I had a good reaction to it, I guess, from everyone, and people just kept telling me that I should do it and try singing and all this stuff. So I just kept singing and I kept playing guitar, and so I don't know, I guess there wasn't really a point where I was like, ooh, I can sing, or it was just I kept singing and hopefully people liked it. So I don't know, I started playing guitar when I was 14, 15, something like that, and
that's not too young. That's not that long ago, really, when you think about it.
No, it's not, and sometimes that shows in my playing, but I do it every day, and I practice as much as I can. So,
I just think you're natural. We have somebody on the chat is asking if you'd play Hallelujah.
Man.
Is that something you can play?
I would say yes, but no.
Okay, that's okay.
I know it. I feel like every singer-songwriter knows it and has played it at some point, but it seems that every time I play that song, it's usually at like weddings, or it's usually, in some kind of event like that. And when I play it, I've got to use the lyrics because, and an interesting fact, just to show how much of a nerd I am, when Leonard Cohen wrote that song, he wrote like 60 verses and ended up picking like 5. So those 5 verses in that song are really hard for me to remember for some reason because it's so well written, that I have trouble remembering all the lyrics. So I would say yes, but I couldn't possibly do it justice, to be honest.
Well, that's okay. I'm
sorry. I feel terrible.
No, the one thing about you that I think is going to keep you grounded is your authenticity and your honesty.
Thank you.
And that's important. When I was telling people that you were coming on, there was always somebody always brought up about Justin Bieber, because he started on YouTube too, right?
Yeah.
But then I'll get back to that because somebody's calling in and I want to say hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Noah. I'm waving.
Hi.
This is Chris Reinhardt calling. I had to call in, and I just couldn't wait anymore because I love Noah. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I was wondering, this is a special request, so I don't know if you can do it, but we have 2 members of our family who have their birthday on the same day. And I was wondering if you would be willing to do happy birthday or a version of happy birthday that I could dedicate to them. So if you can, we can dedicate it to Ben and Hannah, who are celebrating their birthdays in our family.
What are the names one more time?
Ben and Hannah.
Hannah, Ben and Hannah. I can definitely sing it. I mean,
But just give us a little bit of a snippet.
alrighty.
I just want to tell you that we may not be able to put it on YouTube at that point.
Oh, really? Why?
Because Happy Birthday is copyrighted, and they are going after anybody that sings it.
That sings Happy Birthday?
Yep. And
Oh
puts
my
it on.
gosh.
Oh, wow.
Just so you know.
Really? Do you have that issue, Noah, with the songs that you do? How do you get around all that?
Well, I guess I get around it just because in my titles and stuff when I post a video, it's usually says Noah, dash cover of yada yada yada
Okay.
by so and so. So like I always have the name of the artist who originally does it in the video or like in the title of the video. So no one's ever bugged me about it or anything like that. Everyone seems to be cool.
All right. Well, let's give a little happy birthday, and then we'll give.
All right. I can do that. Okay. All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ben and Hannah. Happy birthday to you.
That worked.
Perfect. It worked
Awesome.
for me. I mean,
All right.
it worked for me. Thanks, Chris.
I wish it was my birthday.
Yeah, me too. Did you have any questions or anything that you wanted to ask of Noah?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, actually, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
I was wondering if they made a soundtrack of your life, Noah, what song or what songs would be on the soundtrack to your life?
Boy, that's a hard one. I've actually wondered that myself.
Wow.
Just as far as, man, I don't know. My favorite, some of my favorite artists, I guess would make up that soundtrack in my head. Man, it'd probably be kind of folky. I don't know. And I don't. That's the thing. I don't play, like straight folk or anything like that. I'm kind of a singer-songwriter pop blend, but I listen to a lot of bluegrass. I listen to a lot of folk, and I don't know. Probably like some. I don't know, like maybe Mumford and Sons when I'm feeling angry, and then like. I don't know, and U2 is my favorite band of all time, so probably a lot of that. But I don't know. I don't know exactly what would be like the soundtrack to my entire day or life, other than just really pretty instrumental acoustic guitar.
Good.
That's always a good choice.
Good choice. So Chris, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask him?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the only other thing, I could stay on the phone all day and talk to Noah, but I wanted to just put it out. Noah, you're going to be at the Poorhouse in Raleigh, right?
Yes, I am. March 1st.
Did you want to say something about that? And then I'm going to sign off so everybody else can call in too. So thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for creating the plug for me. March 1st, I will be in Raleigh, North Carolina, playing at the Poorhouse once again, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think doors are at 8, and the show starts at 9. So, yeah, come on out if you're in the Raleigh area, and, come out and I'll play some music for you.
And so we could have people calling from all over the country, all over the world. I mean, could be listening from anywhere. So just a little. So like, where will you be coming up besides March 1st? Like in February, where are you going to be? Do you know offhand?
Things are actually kind of winding down just a little bit since I've been on tour so much in the fall and the winter. So spring is it's not completely an open book. Like there are some dates. I mean, I'll be in Atlanta in April and a few other, I think Ohio in April and a few other places in April. I'm playing Hotel Cafe in Los Angeles, April, I can't remember the exact date, but in April. But basically everything, all my dates and all my, where I'm headed and stuff is all on my Facebook. So if they go to facebook.com/Only1Noah, and that's the numerical one, by the way. But yeah, if they do facebook.com/Only1Noah and go to the events listing, all my tour dates will be listed there. They can find out and, coordinate if they want to come. But yeah, I would love to, see as many people at these shows as possible.
Perfect. And I just want to read something that I read about. This is quoted. This is Noah. I'm quoting him, and this is about him being on the Grammys. And,
no.
No, you don't want me to read that?
I was not on the Grammys.
No, that you wanted to be on the Grammys.
Yeah, I do.
Is this okay that I read it?
Sure.
Okay, so this is about him wanting to be on the Grammys. And so it says, of course, that's one of my biggest dreams, winning a Grammy. I've always wanted that since I was a little kid. Hopefully that day comes. If it comes, I'll be crying and not be able to give an acceptance speech or anything because I'll bawl like a baby. If that day ever comes, I would really be honored. So is that one of your dreams, is to be on the Grammys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's kind of every, I don't want to say every musician's because there are some people that don't like the Grammys, but yeah, I mean, it's just such a huge honor, and it's something that, I've watched every year since I was little and have just always, you watch your favorite artists, grow up in a sense. So I don't know, it's always been a big thing that I want to do, and just it's definitely not it's not the be all end all. Like if I never win a Grammy, I'm still doing music. That's what I want to do. But yeah, absolutely. Just to be recognized, by the Recording Academy and by America, I guess, for your work is always something you want. But yeah, Grammy would be great.
Right. Well, you've been on Dancing with the Stars. You've been on the Today Show. Is it the Today Show you were on?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What was that like?
It was different. The Today Show is, so I kind of say this in some of my shows, but every cool thing that has happened to me has all happened with a really random phone call. And, so the Ellen DeGeneres Show website thing happened with a random phone call. Today Show happened, I think 2 days after Sexy I Know It started blowing up on YouTube. And that was a random phone call for us. I was on my way to Nashville, Tennessee to do some songwriting. And the video was blowing up and I was in the car and I was just thinking, if it gets to 500,000 views, I would be happy with that. It's 500,000 views. I'd be so happy if the video got to that. And I get while I'm saying that, I get a call from my manager out of the blue, and he just said, hey, there's been a change of plans. You're going to go to New York City and be on the Today Show tomorrow morning and sing Sexy I Know It for the entire country. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, that's a big change.
Well, you
of
weren't
plans.
driving at the time, were you?
Oh, no, yeah, I was actually. Yeah, we were driving.
No, but you weren't behind the wheel. Somebody else was driving, right?
No.
Because I can imagine if somebody called me and said,
Yeah,
you want to be on the Today Show?
Wouldn't have made it to New York, I guess.
Yeah.
No, yeah, so he called and he told me that, and I lost my mind a little bit and, immediately thought, well, I have nothing to wear. But anyway, it was great. They flew us out, and it was my first time in New York City, and I had like the whole day before to, basically just take a short tour of the city and see everything and see how pretty it was. And then the next morning came around, and I got to the Today Show set at about 5 a.m. And I was, if you're a singer, you know that your voice is not awake at 5 a.m. So I was warming up on set, and I was kind of in the corner, just kind of minding my own business, trying to get ready for, to play for millions of people. So I was in the corner and really just didn't. I was kind of in my own little world, and I was warming up, and then I noticed that one of the hosts, Matt Lauer, is coming towards me, and I was just thinking this is gonna be bad because I don't know how to talk to celebrities or anything. So, and this is the guy I've watched give me the news since I was like 6 years old. So he's kind of a hero. But he comes up to me and he just shakes my hand. And he's like, "Hi, I'm Matt," and I think I was just like, "Hey, I'm Noah, and you're Matt Lauer, and I'm your Matt." And it was really awkward. And he was very nice, and he just said, "Hey, yeah, I've seen your videos, and how does it feel to play for 20 million people this morning?" And I was like, "Awful. It feels terrible." Now that you said it out loud. But no, everything went smoothly, and had a great interview. They were so kind to me, and really gave me a lot of FaceTime, and had a good performance. And so much came out of that performance, and just so much mileage came out of it. And at that morning, the video was at 2 million views, and I didn't really know how to take that in. But so I guess there's this long amount of time after that where the video kept growing. I toured, and really wasn't too long ago that the Dancing with the Stars thing happened, and that was probably a month or two ago, I guess. Could be a little longer. But another very random phone call. I was on tour, and I was, I think, on my way to a show that night, and I get a call again from my manager, and he's just like, "Hey, Dancing with the Stars called us, and they want you to play on their semifinals." And I was like, "Okay," because what 20-year-old guy doesn't want to go to Hollywood and play music for a bunch of dancing women on national television? So no, it was awesome. And then I'd watched the show before, and I thought it was kind of cool, and so flew out to LA soon after that. Went there and was on Dancing with the Stars, and yet again had a great performance, and everything went smoothly, and everyone there was really, really nice. And they were just, it was, people asked me if I got nervous for that performance, but I really didn't, because everyone on set made me feel so at home and so at ease around them, and they were just very easy to work with. And it's incredible to be there and watch the set changes and everything that happens, like during commercials. Just because the stage that I played on that night didn't exist until about 3 minutes before I played on live television, because they had to literally, they cut to commercial and they literally just shift everything in the room, and they built my stage basically 3 minutes. And it was just an incredible experience. And, all the dancers were very nice, and I had some fans there, and it was just a really good night for me. So that all I will never forget.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah.
It's a great way to start. So how about singing something else for us, your choice?
Okeydoke. How about I'll do one of mine here.
Okay, perfect.
This is off my new album, which I guess I should do a little plug for that. But if you want to find any original music, it's on iTunes and Amazon and Google Play and all that stuff. And if you just search Among the Wildest Things, is the title of the album. So if you search that, you'll find all my original music. But this is one off the album that I really like, and I wrote this with a guy named Ben Rector. And if you don't know Ben Rector, you should look him up. He's insane. He's a great musician, and I was just fortunate enough to get to write with him one day, and we had we had probably 5 hours to write, and we had a piano and a guitar, and this is what happened. But this is an original song called "Be With You."
I don't know how long I loved you. Oh, in my heart it started falling. Don't care where I'm going, don't care where I've been when I'm with you. I'd do anything to have you. No distance I wouldn't travel. I would sail the ocean, walk 1,000 miles to be with you. To be with you. To be with you. Oh, I've got to have you, honey. Don't need no fame or money, 'cause you are the thing that I need. Oh, I've got to have you, baby, 'cause I've been going crazy. So won't you please tell me what I have to do to be with you, to be with you, to be with you, to be with you. I don't know how long I love. Oh, in my heart it started falling. I would sail the ocean, walk 1,000 miles to be with you. To be with you. Thank you.
Fabulous. Oh, Noah, you give me chills, I swear. No, you really do. I mean, you have so much talent.
Oh, thank you very much.
You just are extraordinary. And I listen to you, and I'm so happy for you that you, first of all, that you're going a different, somebody asked earlier, how come you didn't go the, American, I'm sure you get this asked a lot, American Idol and the Voice route. And
yeah,
because you could win without even a question. So how come you didn't go that route?
Well, basically, it just didn't seem right for my situation. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these shows. They do a world of good for lots of people, and actually, which a cool thing, a girl that's actually on the same management as me, Christina Grimmie, another big YouTuber. She's actually premiering on The Voice tonight. So I don't know.
I've listened to her. You did a duet with. Oh my God, she's amazing.
She's so good. Yeah, she's so good. But yeah, so she'll be on The Voice tonight, so that's exciting. But no, for me, I I was approached by American Idol and I think America's Got Talent and The Voice and all these shows, and they were very nice and offered me good things. But it just, the contracts weren't right for me, and it wasn't and still really isn't the route that I had in mind for myself. Just because, I really like touring right now, and these tours are on a smaller level, but I kind of feel like that's just what I have to do. It's, you're building your fan base as it's like a slow and steady process. And I don't know, I'm very happy, with where I am right now and hopefully where I'm going. But, they, like I said, they offer really good things for really good musicians and singers. I just didn't think that was the right path for me. And in a few years it may be. I don't know. But right now I'm just wanting to kind of stick it out by myself, I think.
So they approached you to try out for those shows? Yeah? I thought you just went because if you thought you were good. You can either way.
And that's mainly how you do it, is you just, you audition yourself. But, some people, if they find you, like for me on YouTube, that's just how, I guess a talent scout found me on there. And, they go after some people, they reach out, I guess, and just say, hey, you I guess, have a shot.
So let me ask you something. So really, how do you stay grounded? I mean, that's a question that we all want to know just about our own lives. Like I often, pardon me, but I often will, when something's going really well, I have to keep my head out of where so I can keep myself straightened and keep myself full of gratitude. What do you do? What do you do?
Well, it's kind of a combination of a few things, I guess. One is that I am surrounded by a very awesome family and a very, my dad and my mom and my brother and then my step parents, both of them, they're just so, it's hard to explain. I just couldn't ask for a better support system, and that, they've never told me, once to, get a real job or anything like that. But, they're there, and they don't let me get too big-headed. And, I have an older brother, so, I think that's kind of all that anyone would really need. If you have an older brother, you're probably going to stay kind of grounded.
I had an older brother. I mean, he definitely grounded me.
They're good at keeping you that way. So, but no, I really do. I have a great, team, and my managers and everybody. They're all very level-headed, very, clear-thinking people, and just honestly, my faith and just everything really, just kind of. I don't ever want to take myself too seriously, because there's always something I can improve on. And I think I said this early on in the show, is just that, I'm my own worst critic. So as long as I still think there's stuff for me to improve on, which I will after every show, because I always walk off stage and I'm like, ooh, that could have been better. But, I think as long as you are in the mindset of constantly learning, I think it's a little easier just to not get too ahead of yourself and not too full of yourself. But I absolutely have my moments. But I try to keep as laid back and as nice as possible and polite. So and that's just my parents and my brother. It's just. We've always been raised to be polite.
Well,
so
Noah, you're an old soul, so
thanks, I guess.
Yeah, you're definitely. And I have a quote that I wanted to read right now before we go any further, because I really feel this way. And it's a John Lennon quote, and it says, "My role in society, or any artist or poet's role, is to try and express what we all feel, not to tell people how to feel, not as a preacher, not as a leader, but as a reflection of us all." John Lennon. You are you're an extraordinary, young guy, and you are an old soul. I mean, and I know you. I think your father is on our chat, and we, had a great opportunity to meet him when we were at the poorhouse, and I think that's what's so important about you now, and what I think how it will be with you forever, is that you know who you are. You have a sense of who
I
you
try.
are. Yeah.
You know,
No, take the
there's
word
certain...
try. Take the word try out of your
Oh yeah.
vocabulary.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Because that's what you're
There's
doing.
no try.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're not trying to do that. You are doing that. You are doing that. You're surrounded, like Chris said, you're surrounded by love, and I think, and that's what, and people who really love you and who are watching out for you, and I think that really makes a difference when you are headed in the direction that you're headed in, because you'll go there cleanly. You know?
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, well, I know so. So, okay, will you sing us another song?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love how you do Adele, but it's your choice again, so...
Let's see here. I would love to do, if it's all right with you, I would love to do a kind of a very old song. It's kind of a classic. I would love to do my version of "You Are My Sunshine," if that's all right.
Go
with
right
you.
ahead.
Yeah, I just I don't know. It's my favorite song to play right now.
All right, love that.
It
Go.
Seems to mean a lot. So.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. But when I woke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. Ooh. 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 And all I would love you and make you happy if you will only do the same. But if you leave me to love another, you know that you will regret it someday, someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful choice. Wonderful choice. I mean, you can do anything. I mean, you really, you can sing any, you can sing anything. Say thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if you say ma'am one more time, I'm coming through the set. Don't call me ma'am. But you can do anything.
Well,
Anything.
Thank you so much.
You know, there was a minute there. I mean, I don't know what I don't even remember what his name was, but he was the Hawaiian guy that passed away, and he sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow."
I can't remember his name.
But you know
either,
who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just for a second heard something in your voice, and I thought, wow. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, that
Big
would really, huh?
That's a big compliment. Thank
Is
you.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fantastic. So I want to ask you, the cover of the album has a hand on it. Why the hand?
Yes. Well, I think as far as the artwork goes, I reached out to a guy in LA, and he basically came up with a few different pieces, and he came up with that one. And the title for the album is Among the Wildest Things, and to me, the song that's titled that is kind of, I don't know, like, to me it's meaning, just because this new tour, this this new album, everything new that's happening to me is a very, just to put it kind of cheesy, it's a very wild thing. It's kind of new. It's so I wanted it to be, obviously in the album artwork you've got like the animals and stuff on the edges, and like the trees and the grass and stuff like that. So it, you think the normal sense of wild, but I wanted, I guess, the hand to kind of blend both worlds of just, this is this whole new tour and everything is foreign and kind of wild to me. So I don't know, it's a little hard to describe, but I don't know, I saw that piece of artwork that he had done based on the album, and I fell in love. And I told him, I was like, that's what I want, and thank you. And now everyone seems to like it a lot. It just seems to be a real eye catcher, I guess. So everyone on tour and everything likes it. So I love it.
And that's very, very important. And I'm very glad you said it that way, because sometimes the things that, just leave us with this experience, and you can't explain it. You just know that there's something about it. And I think, and I love how you said that this whole experience is like just a wild thing. It is a wild ride. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
it's very, you learn a lot about yourself and about what you can handle and what you can do. So it's a new experience.
What is it that you can do now?
Well, I know I can handle tour life. I know I can be away from home and be away from family and the people you love, to do what you love. And that's, I know that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I have no doubt about it. And as long as I can do this, I should be happy. I just gotta keep reminding myself to be grateful and just be grateful for everything I have every day. So I'm still learning, but so far, that's what this past year has kind of taught me.
And I'm going to tell you something. I have a feeling, and sometimes people tell me I kind of whisper things, like just these universal, intuitive kinds of things. There's something you're going to do with your voice and who you are that's really going to truly make a difference in the world. Somehow you're going to be doing something musically that's really going to impact something you write, something you do, someplace you go, maybe all of the above, but something you do is really going to make a difference in the world. I can feel it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I feel it. There's a message that you have to share. Your voice is very easy to listen to for young and old.
Well, I appreciate that.
And and I'm not sitting here wooing me, but he's sitting here, his head's bopping up and down too. Your voice is very easy to listen to, honey. And there's nobody. You're ageless. I mean, I can close my eyes and I can think you're a crooner. I can close my eyes and you're ageless and I don't know who you are. And then I can look at you and go, oh my God, he's really like this amazing, talented kid. So an old soul at that. So the thing that you've got going on with the fundraising, the what is it? Kickstarter? Is that still going?
No. Indiegogo is what I did, and basically I took Indiegogo and you can. It's a crowdfunding thing, just kind of like Kickstarter. I think it was around before Kickstarter, but so we decided to do Indiegogo to try and get some funds for the album, just because it was racking up in expenses. And basically I just I called on my fans and my friends and family and people who support me and want to see me succeed, and just kind of asked for their help. And there were perks and stuff that went along with it. And no, I think I ended up raising, the original goal was either 10,000 or 15,000, and I ended up raising like almost $40,000 for this project, and I'm beside myself still that happened, and I'm so grateful to anyone that contributed to it. But no, it is not going any longer. It was basically just to fund the album, and the album is now out. So I just I'm forever in my fans' debt for that. It's just incredible that they would even, think to chip in. So I'm so grateful.
So the album, where can people find your album?
iTunes and Amazon and Google Play. You can also find it on my website, Only1Noah.com. And that's numerical 1, and you'll find it on there. And it's pretty much everywhere online. And I'm very happy with it, and I hope other people are happy with it.
Well, we're in love with you, so we'll love anything and everything you do, Noah. We're gonna love. I know that.
You.
And so everybody out there, I know that this has been a very special show. I know it's been special for us, and I know it's been special for you sharing this time, because I know we're all getting an opportunity to have a glimpse into Noah and Noah's talent. And this is something we'll never forget, because one day you're going to be sitting back watching a movie, you're going to be watching the Grammys, you're going to be watching something, and you're going to fill up with tears because you're going to know that you shared this time with us and with Noah, and you're going to know, God, I know him. Because that's how it's going to feel when you see him doing something. You're going to feel like you knew him. And that's what I want to say. You're delightful. It's been just an honor to see you. And I'm going to probably come down to the poorhouse. And
please do.
I will. And I'm going to be one of those people who run up and want to give you a hug.
Awesome.
Because I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger.
Yes.
And
That's all right. So am I.
Yeah, I know you are. And I thank you. You're just a delightful, guy. And David, I know you're listening. You have done remarkable, and I know you will continue to do remarkable with your son. And Noah's mom, I don't know her name, but I know you're the milk and cookie mom. I know that, and I know that from what
she will appreciate that.
Yeah, she's the milk and cookie mom. And your stepmom, I know I've seen her, and she's, you can't get any more love from a stepmom from what I saw. And I'm a stepmom.
True. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
she's
and
awesome.
So, and brother and anybody else I've left out, you've done a remarkable job with Noah, and I know you're along for the ride, and it's going to be a great ride for everybody, including us, because I feel like I'm an aunt. So, anyway, I want to thank you, Noah, for being here with us and sharing who you are.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a total pleasure, and everybody out there, thank you so much for sharing this time with us. We appreciate it very much, and we look forward to seeing you next week for more surprises. And keep your eye out for Noah. Go look on YouTube and just enjoy him as much as we have. And with that, I want to say goodbye to everyone and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Health In with Debbie Bruck, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCVVI members, Reawaken Your Brilliance with Julie Seibert. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by thatvidblasterguy.com, carolinaapparel.com, and deltaforce.net.